Hey everyone, welcome. Thank you so much for being with me here today on this channel, Blossoming Souls. It is your channel created for you in the energy of love and light and truth. And so today, welcome to this Sacred Sunday message. And it is my honor, my joy, and always my pleasure to deliver whatever message Spirit has for us. I am feeling a very strong sense of self-acceptance, of embracing change. I'm feeling a very strong sense of welcoming your originality. It's almost like if you've ever heard of the prodigal son, like a reunion of sorts, but it's a reunion of your soul, your body, mind, spirit. That's what I feel here today. And if you're familiar with this channel, you know that I enjoy and I feel led to do sacred space opening to kind of clear the energy and let whatever message Spirit has here for us, to let it in, to let it flow, to let it resonate, and to apply however it is to be applied in our energy in this time or the time frame that feels right for you. If you would, please take a moment to relax. Close your eyes. If you're not driving and you're in a safe place, close your eyes. Find a comfortable position, sitting, lying, standing, whatever it is that you do. Favorite cup of hot tea or coffee or whatever it is you have that brings comfort to you. It is your time, your space. And as you relax into this sacred space, hear these words. There is a very strong sense of a coming to that portal, that opening of change, and it isn't in the future, it's now. As you listen to these words, relaxing, breathing in and out, let's say this little prayer. I call upon your loving grace, my divine creator. Please help me release what I no longer need, what is too small for my great light. Help me recognize the purity of my own being so that I can more easily trust in the divine love calling to me. Like an insistent lover in every moment, I breathe in your compassionate grace now. Thank you. Thank you. I am going to just read a little, just a quick poem to you and to channel whatever the Spirit has to say here. Footprints lead to the shore of the sea. Beyond that point, no trace remains. Help us now to transition into whatever it is that we need to transition to, Spirit. Lead us into this sacred space and this sacred opening into this beautiful newness that is fated for us. Thank you. As I was meditating on this reading today, this message, this guidance, whatever you want to call it, this sharing of energy, Spirit pointed out a very specific card in the Rumi deck. Beyond death, life. right? And so I'll just kind of, ooh, I don't want it to fall through. There we go. Let me just do this. So as I was meditating this morning on what it is that Spirit wants us to know in this moment, in this time, whatever day that it is, or whatever time it is that you're listening to this message, it is right for you. Excuse me while I sip my coffee. I was reminded of this painting that I did maybe a couple of years ago. Just kind of a little practice painting, but it's interesting because I was going to throw it out because I was going through all of my paintings in my spare room, and there were so many. And I looked at it initially and I said, you know what? I enjoy painting this, but it's not one of my favorites, so I think I'm going to toss it. And I had it in this place, kind of separated out from everything else. And I never threw it out. And today I know why. It is relevant in this message today about this transition into something beautiful. And so as I saw this card, I was reminded of a vision that I saw, a visual this morning when I woke up. And I was seeing a bird's nest with eggs, all the same color except one. And that one egg was sort of vibrating with an energy like no other, like none of the others. And what really took place, what I really noticed too, is where's the mother? Where are the parents of these eggs, these little chicks that need warmth and support? And what I was feeling and hearing was the energy of sometimes we have to go it alone. Sometimes we have to enter into this energetic death in order to be reborn into something new. And I was reminded of how that is so relevant in our lives. The topic of death is not popular. We don't like to think of losing someone that we love. But as we think of that, death in and of it, I promise this gets better. It's not negative. It's not dark. Death in and of itself is something you can't get more personal than that, or birth, right? You leave this plane in your own energy. Nobody else is coming with you. It's your own soul. It's your soul calling your body, telling your body, thank you, but I have to go. And so in this visual that I saw these eggs, and I saw the one egg that stood out amongst all the others. And it was vibrating with readiness, with strength, with intuitive, instinctive getting ready to crack open and be reborn. And so this painting in the background that you see, for some reason I felt led to paint 3 flowers. And the one that stands out the most reminds me of the egg that I saw amongst all the others that was vibrating and ready to come into this new world, to come out of that cocoon where that chick had been growing, being nurtured and growing, and in the timing that it took to form that beak, those eyes, those legs. And so Spirit says, you've been marinating, you've been cooking, you've been sort of moving into this purification, this protective membrane, this protective egg, so to speak. But the time is now. That first crack of that egg is the indication that you are coming out of that cocoon now, poised and ready, embracing this change, coming forth with more strength than you've ever known, coming forth with this amazing new version of you, who is now ready to speak out, to stand up, you don't have to put on your big girl or big boy boots. They're already on. You're ready. And I'm not saying ready for a fight. I'm saying you're ready to live. You're ready to fight for you. Because there is no one more precious. And I know parents would argue that. No, my kids are more important and more special. Yes, they are in a different way. But everybody has their own path. Everybody has their own identity. Just like as human beings, we all have our own thumbprint, our own DNA. And so Spirit is saying, this moving beyond death and into life, it is your fate, it is your time. And I'm not saying human-wise, I'm not saying you're going to die. I'm saying energetically, whatever isn't supposed to come with you into the new chapter is leaving now. It's leaving now. It feels very much like there could be some grief, feeling the loss, mourning, feeling overwhelmed maybe by, you could be having some moments of fear. But it also feels like there is an energy, an air of excitement, of newness, of relief, a new passion, a new I heard deranged. What does that mean, Spirit? Because that could mean anything. Like an uncontrollable laughter, like a giddiness, a happiness, a lifting up, right? A coming out of this world that you felt trapped in or consumed by. And so Spirit says, it is, I keep hearing these phrases, by the power vested in me, as if you've heard those vows, or that, that phrase by any person who is licensed to marry a couple, right? They say, by the power vested in me, I now pronounce you man and wife, wife and wife, husband, whatever it is, doesn't matter. I now pronounce you as one, okay? And so Spirit is saying, congratulations. You're graduating from that cocoon into something brand new. And for some of you, it could be that it is a bit of a shock. It could be that it is a bit of a upheaval. But you have shed your old skin. And you're ready. You're ready to emerge forth in this beautiful new energy. More strength. More resolute is what I'm hearing. More intelligence, more wisdom. And some of you all have battle scars. But you're not looking at them again as open wounds. You see them as marks in your timeline that have helped you grow, that have shown you appreciation, how to appreciate, and you feel those things from the past as a truly past experience. It's time. It's time. You will be ready for love. You are ready for love. You're ready for commitment. You're ready for strides forward. You're ready to jump into something new with faith, with trust in yourself. You're ready to experience something that you never have before. And you're moving from death to life in grace, in gratitude, in love. You are a beautiful soul that defies any kind of explanation. You barely know who you are because you are returning to innocence. And a plethora of new experiences are awaiting, is what I feel. Focus on what is blossoming, on what is new. And don't look at this as an experience that is lonely. Because if you see it as an experience that is lonely, it feels like you could still be in codependency. But Spirit says, no, for those of you who this resonates with, you're not. That's a thing of the past. Or perhaps you've moved away from somebody who was codependent. And so I wanted to share that with you in this beautiful beginning of this message. I am going to read from other card decks, because I feel an energy of Ascended Masters here today with you. I'm going to shuffle this card deck, the Ascended Masters, Oracle cards, and see what our beautiful guides have to tell us. Some of you, I feel, have been sort of, I want to almost say superstitious in a way, because what I saw was a sidewalk. If you've ever heard that playful children's little game of you have to hop between cracks in the sidewalk. And I remember as a kid hopping from paver to paver and trying not to land on the crack. If you land on the crack, you crack your mama's back. This is one of those silly little things. And it was one of those games that you didn't really think about too much. You just had fun. It was competitive. You didn't want to step on the crack. You had to land perfectly in the paver that had no cracks. And Spirit says some of you have been very careful, superstitious almost, to not, almost to not bring forth or not to allow something to open up for you because you were afraid that it wasn't the right time and you were focusing too much on details. And Spirit is saying, you can't stop fate. You can't. And it is okay to not always look down to make sure you're not stepping on a crack. It's okay to have faith in yourself. It's okay to have faith that you are being guided in the right direction at the right time. And so what do our Ascended Masters have to say? I am also feeling the energy of Archangel Shamuel. I'm not sure how to say it, but yes, thank you. So there is an energy of joy that comes with this. This change, this transition, this movement forward into this beautiful new journey. Okay? Spirit is saying you are that strength, that pillar of strength amongst all the others. You stand out because you're unique, because you're who you are. And it goes deeper, guys. It goes deeper than that. It's not just a, it's not just a pep talk. This is not a pep talk. This is it's almost like your authenticity has come to the surface, and to reveal your roots, your strength, the connectivity, the connection with your ancestors energetically, okay? It feels very much like a reunion. Welcome home. We've missed you. We've missed you. It's almost like you couldn't connect with your roots, your ancestral energy, who you are, who you were meant to be. Before, you couldn't connect fully because there were aspects of you that weren't authentic. And not by your choice, not by you being fake, but just the conditioning that of being around other, experiences, people, human beings. For some of you, you have walked amongst angels and haven't realized it, because your energy draws that to you. And for a lot of you, you have walked amongst darkness, dark energies pulling you down. Sort of, I see this light like a orb in the shape of a human moving forward in your own light. And I see these sort of like these hands coming out from the darkness trying to pull you back. And Spirit says, no. And your soul says, no, you can't have me. I am my own energy. You cannot feed off of it any longer. And so as you move forward in your light, those hands sort of retract because they can't touch you. This is you. Your strength, your maturity, your intelligence, your growth, walking away. Okay? Let me see what else. Do we have a message from Ascended Masters? Your soul is tired of... I don't want to... Let me just say it like it is, guys, okay? What I'm hearing. Your soul is tired of hearing you whine. I don't mean that in a critical, mean way. Spirit says your soul is tired of seeing you cry. Over what? Over some fleeting circumstance? Over someone? Over whatever it is. And your soul is like, this isn't who we are. We're not defeated. We're not meant to lie down and cry and wallow in what we think we lost. Or we're not meant to drown in this cesspool of everybody else's toxicity. This is not who we are. And your soul is now saying, no, no more. I'm not giving anymore to these other energies, this other path that isn't mine and never was. It's time now. It's time to live for us. This is a different kind of reading, guys. Spirit says detach. There's your soul saying, not even saying goodbye. I'm just walking away because I need to do for me now. I need to do for me now what I haven't done before. I take up my spiritual sword and I am cutting the ties, cutting any path, cutting away any path that leads to me. You cannot follow me. Toxicity, you cannot. I won't let you. It's not even I won't let you. You can't. This is fated. You can't. And so whoever tries to follow you, they will be hit by some kind of barrier, and they won't be able to continue. And by that, I don't mean you're leaving your family, your kids, whatever. That's not at all what I mean. I mean, energetically, you're done with a toxic situation or situations. You're done with the energy of lack. You are here for it now, for the I'm living fully in my energy type of energy now, moving forward. As I said, sometimes you have to go it alone, and sometimes there is darkness. Sometimes there is what looks like a storm. But you're shining bright and you're rising up. And you're stronger than that storm. You're stronger than that toxic person. You're stronger than those doubts. It's an energy of forward movement, forward momentum, and it cannot be stopped. Anything else? Show me. Show us, guides. I'm seeing a visual of, if you've ever seen those competitive games on TV, and they're like bodybuilder type of people pulling a train, right? They're strapped to it with like a big rope and they're moving forward. They're pulling this train and it's heavy and you could see them straining. You could see, wow, they really work their body to have the strength to pull this train. And they don't have to pull it far before they let go. And Spirit says, That train represents your past, the burdens, the fears, the doubts, the lack, the pain, the sorrow, the resentment, the whatever in the lower energies. You're not meant to pull that heavy burden any longer. In this new path, in this new chapter, in this newness of, I should say new to you, your soul has always been that powerhouse of all the positive energy, the good life, the love, the intelligence, the strength, the intuitive, the happiness, the joy, the success, the financial freedom. That is who you are. And until you align with that, until you believe in that, you're going to pull that heavy ass train and struggle. But Spirit says, for this message, this reading, we are in that energy of fate, change. And I know some of you are filled with fear sometimes. Oh my gosh, I don't know what's ahead. I don't know what's around the corner. I can't make a move until I know. I can't. And Spirit says, sometimes you have to go it alone on faith and feel your way through the darkness, through what seems like a storm. You are that blossoming flower opening up fully, right? Now, I feel like you have a tribe. And they have their own paths. If you look here, there are two other beautiful flowers and one forming in the corner. I don't know if you could see that. See? You could barely see it. They are others coming in with the same energy. It's almost like when you see these movies or read a book about someone who is traveling and these other people come into their life and things change, things improve. You now have a support system, but Spirit says you have to go through part of this alone, my friend. And you have to be okay with taking those steps on your own and making those decisions on your own for that moment, because guess what? Sometimes you have to be in that space, like a child learning how to ride a bicycle, and their parent hangs onto the seat so that they don't fall, and so that they can create that level of comfort for that child. But at some point, that parent lets go, and that child does it on their own. And Spirit says, we haven't gone away from you. We're right here. But we know you can do this. We know you can do this. The health and healing card comes in. Hilarion, the Ascended Master, is here. Those piercing blue eyes tell me that all eyes are on you energetically, watching you succeed, watching you take that step on your own, watching you transition fully from death to life, from that energetic death, allowing everything to be sealed in the past and to not look back. I was talking to my daughter yesterday about that. She and I do readings for each other not all the time, but we do readings for each other, and we talk things spiritual, and we were talking about having to turn away from something and not look back. And I was reminded of that biblical, what do you call it, a parable or story or example of Lot, Sodom and Gomorrah, and how, I will say, his God, my God, whoever's God it is, a higher energy told him, you must leave and take those that you love with you, because this place is no longer resonating with you. It's no longer, it's too dark for you. It's time to go. And Spirit said, don't have doubts. If someone that you take with you doesn't want to go, you'll know. And you have to let that be. And so Spirit gathered his wife, Lot gathered his wife, I think Sarah, and I don't know who else, but I'm going to just focus on those two right now. And as they were leaving, Lot said, Sarah, it's super important that you don't look back, because the moment you do, you will turn into a pillar of salt. God specifically said, don't look back. Are you ready? And with hesitation, she wanted to be ready, but she wasn't quite ready. But she agreed to it because Lot was her husband. And so, as they started on their journey, Sarah looked back. Now, mind you, this is a story, okay? And so when she looked back, she turned into a pillar of salt and could no longer join her husband. Because when fate happens and things shift and change, there are certain things that can't go with you. That's not to say you're leaving anybody behind intentionally. You're not. But I feel like Sarah represents every situation that wasn't good for you. Not saying she was a bad person. I don't know. I'm just saying what that action represented. It represented insecurity, doubt, fear. And Spirit says, when fate happens, you don't have a choice. And it's okay to pray that that person or persons are ready to go, are ready to accept your movement forward. Okay? What else, guides? Anything else in this deck? Yep. So we have the energy of Apollo. Focus on your strengths. And Spirit says, you've got this. Don't you know that? You've got this. What others might see as a path that is scary because it's unknown, you see it as your path. You see it as, I don't know what's ahead, but I'm okay because I have faith that all will be well and all is what it is because that's the way it is. You are being led out of that Sodom and Gomorrah energy. You are taking charge, and this is Moses, who has actually appeared many times in my meditation. Moses represents you and me. That someone who said to God, why me? I'm nobody. And God was like, on the contrary, you are somebody. You are somebody who needs to experience taking the lead, taking charge, having faith and moving forward in your energy, your energy. And those who follow, who are to be in your energetic timeline, they're coming with you in their own energy, but they are coming with you. Or those who are waiting for you, they'll be with you as well. And so Spirit says, look, we're not trying to scare you. We're not trying to take away something or dash your dreams of, whatever experience you're in. We're telling you, fate is here. And it's not only knocking on your door, it's at your door. And Spirit says, open your heart. The Ascended Master Jesus is here to say, look at the love. Look at all those animals in that same space. They're not fighting. They're kind of there saying, okay, I'm here in the energy of love. Spirit says no more. No more toxicity. No more being treated like crap. No more situational drama. You're done. You're done. Whatever that might mean for you. I don't know why I saw a car. But for some of you, maybe you could be done with what is it? Why are you showing me a car? Couple things. You may be done settling for something that is old and tired. And you keep putting money into it because it's sentimental to you or because you're afraid to leave that car behind and to buy something new. And I know this sounds very general or very practical, but Spirit is saying this is a prime example. Don't you know you deserve better? Don't you know that? You thank that car and bid that car farewell and give yourself something that you so richly deserve. That's what I'm hearing. That's what I'm feeling. And Spirit says, let yourself love yourself. And that is one scenario. It doesn't mean you have to go out and buy the most expensive car and break the bank. But it means, are you hanging on to something because you feel if you let go, the memories or the security and safety of what you have, you know what that is. You know what you have. Are you afraid to let go? Because you're afraid of jumping into something else that you're not sure of. The Spirit says that is the human part of you. That's human nature. People do feel that way sometimes. But it's time. And Spirit says the answer is yes. Whatever that question was, is it time for me to move on? Yes. Is it time for me to treat myself well? Yes. Is it time to move into this new chapter? Yes. Lord Ganesh says the path has been clear. It's waiting for you. You're leagues above all that was. What else do you have, guides? What other deck do you want me to read from, please? We haven't heard from Archangel Gabriel in a while, and I know resonate a lot with Archangel Gabriel. And I was in prayer the other day, and I was remembering how often I used to have that energetic connection while I was meditating, or just whatever reason, with Archangel Gabriel. And so I pulled the Archangel Gabriel deck, and I'm ready here for Archangel Gabriel's message to all of us. I asked, when is this happening? And Spirit said now. Now. For those of you that this resonates with, it's happening now. Yeah. Archangel Gabriel says, your creative movement forward is heightened when you're honest and you're open and you're accepting, embracing, and moving forward and allowing yourself to move forward. And Spirit says, yeah, there's some kind of tribe waiting for you. People in that same energy in this new path, waiting to assist you, to work with you, to collaborate with you on something. This says writers group. For some of you, this could apply. But Archangel Gabriel says this is about collaboration. You may have to go it alone to get to the other side, but when you do, you will know it's well worth it, because there are many there ready to help you. This new path is open for you. The blocks are lifted. Previous obstacles came from fear, and they are now lifted away. You are entering into the Garden of Delights. It's interesting, before I had this deck, I used to have these meditations where I would see this Garden of Delight, and I knew in my energy, I felt that Garden of Delight. And Spirit said, that is your sacred space. That is where you shine. It's where you grow. It's where you can be you. But you don't have to hide that anymore. You can come out. You can be you, and you will be you. Authentic you, beautiful you, loving you, successful you. This new project, like a newborn baby, your actions are growing your idea into reality. Something's going to burst through with an idea. Finally, like a writer's block, it's lifted. But whatever the creative venture this is, and Spirit says this, for some of you, in general, is you being reborn into this new path, entering into something new creatively, right? No more deception, no more lies. You're entering into a time, a space, a place where people this time are genuine and caring and kind. And they share the same vision as you, to be living in your best life. And to be in that energetic, benevolent energy of helping others at the same time. What else as we close this out? Your Mother Mary energy is here for you. Blessed Mother is helping you with your divine life purpose. And Divine guidance is here. I want to say that this is not an easy journey sometimes. I know. Believe me. For those of you who have gone through the shit, you're that beautiful flower that stands out, blossoming, reaching for the sun, the light. Or I should say, aligning with it, because you are the sun and the light. You are your compass. You are that tower of strength where everything else seems uncertain. You're still standing. What is that song? Is that a Billy Joel song? I'm still standing. No, wait, I don't know who sang that. I'm still standing, better than I ever did. That's all I can think of right now. And so I feel like it might be Billy Joel. I don't know. I'm not going to lament over it, but I'm going to tell you right now. You're not laying down on your path anymore because your soul isn't letting you. It's time. Any last words, guides, before I close this beautiful reading out? Any last words? Yeah. So I'm really hoping this card isn't illegal because I can't tell if she has a top on or not, so I'll do this. And I mean illegal, but I mean breaking law, breaking the policy or rules of YouTube. So I'm going to cover her up. The Strength card is here, and that's what Spirit says this is all about. You've always had it. And now you've embraced it. You've welcomed it. You have chosen to live in that energy, to transcend, to move forward, to walk through that door. You don't even have to open it. The door's open. How much easier can it get? The door is open. The path is clear. It is waiting for you. And on the other side is the end of all that caused you pain. There is no more of the situational drama. Are you going to have human things that happen? Of course. We all do. But you know how to handle it now. Here comes the Chariot. And you're on it. You're leading yourself out of this messy situation that you are in. Leading yourself to safety with the direction of your divine creator. Moving into something beautiful, leaving the darkness behind. Let's go. Let's celebrate. Yeah. It is a coming together of something magnificent. Because here we have the Ace of Cups. My cup runneth over. Did you doubt that it would? It's here for you. Your cup will always run over, and you will have more than enough in every way. You're ready to walk through that door. You're ready. And like I said, you don't have to open the door. It's open. It's open. I'm honored that I have this beautiful gift to share with all of you. The gift of channeling, the gift of healing, the gift of sharing that energy and love and light with you. So I'm just going to read something else from this this deck, and that's the Rumi card deck, okay? So Spirit says, ask yourself, are you asking the question, so what must I do to receive this divine grace, this new life? You must be willing to face death. It may be that death has come to you in the form of a loss of a loved one, a physical loss that takes you into the darkest despair or depths of your grieving heart. It may be death that comes to you in the ending of a financial or professional situation you once relied upon. It could also be in the sense that you don't really know who you are anymore. Old identities having shown themselves to be inadequate, inaccurate, mere ego masks too small for the great being that you are, that you're starting to suspect you may be. And so, Spirit says, you may be tempted to say, no, I don't want this death. I'm not ready. You may be ready to move. Maybe this is about stepping away from something you once believed in. Maybe it's moving away from a home into something new home, a new neighborhood, a new environment. But Spirit says you have to be ready to let go. And so for those of you who are, you're moving forward now and that door is wide open. For those of you who still need to give yourself permission to let go, you see the door in front of you. It is up to you. For those of you who aren't ready yet, and for those of you who are, your new life awaits. Don't look back on the ugly. Only appreciate what good came of this as you walk through that beautiful space. You're a beautiful soul having a human experience and making that decision. I wish you all a beautiful day and days ahead. Love and light to all of you. Namaste.